Welcome to the underwater world, where amazing creatures live. Let's explore the ocean and meet fascinating animals. Dolphins are super smart and friendly ocean animals. They live in groups called pods, and they love to swim and jump. Dolphins have sleek bodies and powerful tails that help them zoom through the water. They're like underwater rockets. But did you know they also use something called echolocation? That means they can send out sounds and listen for the echoes to find food and navigate in the dark ocean. It's like having their own sonar system. They make clicking and whistling noises to talk to each other. They're always up for a good time and love to play games with each other. Dolphins are very curious and love to play with people, too. Clownfish are super colorful and live in anemones, which are like underwater flowers. They have a special relationship with the anemones. The anemones protect the clownfish from predators, and the clownfish clean the anemones. It's like a best friend relationship. Clownfish are also really good at hiding. They can squeeze into tiny spaces in the coral reefs. They're like little masters of disguise. And did you know they're actually all born male? But some can become female later on? Pretty cool, huh? They're like the little jesters of the sea. Octopuses are really smart and have 8 amazing arms called tentacles. They can change their color to camouflage themselves and even squirt ink to escape from danger. They're like little underwater ninjas. They also have a special beak that they use to eat their food. Octopuses are masters of disguise, and they can squeeze into tiny spaces, too. They're like the underwater superheroes of the ocean. Sea turtles are ancient creatures that have been around for millions of years. Imagine being alive when dinosaurs roamed the earth. They have hard shells that protect them from predators, and they can stay underwater for a long time. They love to eat seaweed and jellyfish, and they lay their eggs on the beach. Sea turtles are amazing swimmers, and they travel thousands of miles across the ocean. They are like the wise, ancient explorers of the sea. Jellyfish are like living, swimming bubbles. They're made mostly of water and have these long, trailing tentacles. They're kind of like the ghosts of the ocean. Jellyfish drift along with the currents, and they use those tentacles to catch tiny animals to eat. They have a stinger on those tentacles. But don't worry, they're not trying to hurt you. Some jellyfish are super colorful and glow in the dark, which is pretty cool, right? Starfish are like superstars of the ocean floor. They have these 5 arms that look like points on a star. But they aren't really fish. They're actually echinoderms, which means they're related to sea urchins and sand dollars. Starfish have amazing superpowers. They can regenerate their arms if they lose one. They can even move their stomachs outside their bodies to eat clams and oysters. And did you know they come in lots of different colors? They're like the rainbows of the ocean. Seahorses are the most unique fish in the ocean. They look like tiny, graceful horses with curly tails. And they can change color to blend in with their surroundings. They're like masters of disguise. Seahorses hold on to coral and seaweed with their tails, so they don't get swept away by the currents. And the dads are the ones who take care of the eggs. They carry the eggs in a pouch on their belly until they hatch. It's like a mommy and daddy switcheroo. Manta rays are like underwater superheroes. They have huge, wing-like fins that help them glide through the water. They're the biggest rays in the ocean, and they can grow to be as big as a small car. Manta rays are gentle giants. They filter food from the water with their mouths, and they don't have a stinger. They're like giant underwater kites. Crabs are the comedians of the ocean. They have 10 legs, 2 big claws, and a hard shell that they can hide in. They scuttle sideways and sometimes even wave their claws at you. They're like the underwater clowns. They love to scavenge for food on the ocean floor and sometimes even bury themselves in the sand. Some crabs even have colorful shells, making them look like the ocean's disco balls. We've met so many amazing ocean animals today. We saw dolphin, clownfish, octopus, sea turtle, jellyfish, starfish, seahorse, manta ray, and crab. Can you name them all? Each one is special and has its own way of living under the sea. Keep exploring, and you'll discover even more wonders of the ocean. Welcome to the underwater world, where amazing creatures live. Let's explore the ocean and meet fascinating animals. Great white sharks are like the kings and queens of the ocean. They're huge, powerful predators with sharp teeth and a sleek, white body. They're like the underwater supervillains. Great whites live in oceans all around the world, and they love to eat seals, fish, and even other sharks. They're like the underwater hunters. They have amazing senses. They can smell blood from miles away, and their eyesight is very good, even in dark water. They're like the underwater detectives. But don't worry, great white sharks don't attack humans very often. They're just trying to survive. Orcas are the biggest dolphins in the ocean. They're super smart and have black and white markings. They're like the black and white superheroes of the sea. Orcas are very social animals and live in pods, which are like families. They hunt in groups and are very good at catching seals, fish, and even other whales. They're like the underwater wolves. Stingrays are like flat, flying fish. They have wide, wing-like fins that help them glide through the water. They have a sharp barb on their tails that they use for defense. But they're not looking to hurt you. Stingrays are often buried in the sand, so be careful where you step when you're swimming. Some stingrays have colorful spots on their bodies, which makes them look like underwater paintings. Lobsters are like the chefs of the sea. They have 10 legs, 2 big claws, and a hard shell that protects them. They love to eat clams, oysters, and other sea creatures. They're like the underwater chefs. Lobsters can grow to be very big, and some have a colorful shell that makes them look like they're wearing a fancy outfit. Blue whales are the biggest animals on Earth. They're so big. They're bigger than a school bus. They're like the gentle giants of the ocean. Blue whales have a long, streamlined giant body and a big mouth that they use to filter food from the water. They can even sing songs that travel miles across the ocean. It's like a giant underwater concert. Hermit crabs are like the little landlords of the ocean. They live in empty snail shells to protect their soft bellies. They can change shells as they grow. And they even carry their homes with them. They're like the little movers of the sea. Hermit crabs have big claws that they use to defend themselves and to pinch food. They're like the little protectors of the ocean floor. Sea urchins are like the prickly pincushions of the ocean. They have a hard shell covered in spines. They are like tiny, spiky balls. They live on the ocean floor and graze on algae. Some sea urchins can even change their color to blend in with their surroundings. They're like the little masters of disguise. Sea cucumbers are like the underwater sausages. They have long, squishy bodies and move very slowly. They eat tiny particles of food on the ocean floor. And they're very good at cleaning up the ocean. They're like the ocean's janitors. Some sea cucumbers can even squirt out their insides when they're scared. It's like a special defense mechanism. Pufferfish are like the comedians of the ocean. They have a special ability. They can puff up their bodies with water to look bigger and scare predators. It's like a giant inflatable balloon. Some pufferfish are also very poisonous. They're like little floating spiky alarm systems. We've met so many amazing ocean animals today. We saw great white shark, orca, killer whale, stingray, lobster, blue whale, hermit crab, sea urchin, sea cucumber, pufferfish. Can you name them all? Each one is special and has its own way of living under the sea. Keep exploring, and you'll discover even more wonders of the ocean. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch more exciting and educational videos for kids. Let's make learning fun together.